Welcome to Subiesport TV. Today I'm here at the Dirtfish Rally School in Snoqualmie, Washington. And yes, this is a Richard Burns WRC 99.
Built by ProDrive, this car was a gift for Richard Burns after he won the 2001 World Rally Championship. And though it's never been in competition, it is the real thing, including the hand-built EJ20 under the hood. It's cars like this that made Subaru synonymous with rally.
Fitting, because this is a series that's dedicated to both Subaru and rally enthusiasts, viewers like you that make this series possible. We'd also like to thank our corporate sponsors, Mach 5 Motorsports, Grimspeed, Cartboy, Flatirons Tuning, and of course, Subaru of America. And now the story of a grassroots rally team that is, against all odds, living the dream.
In the back of my head, there's always going to be marker. And it's very scary being on stage. It's exciting and it's a great experience, and when you get that really good flow with your car and you feel like everything's connected and you're connected to the road, there's no fear. But I think always in the back of my head, it's just safety and getting us home.
We had a fatality at last year's Olympus Rally. We had a very, very unfortunate incident where one of our drivers, Matthew Noble Marker, had an off, and the impact was kind of a strange impact. And unfortunately, he passed away because of the injuries that sustained from that impact. His co-driver was okay.
My first rally, I was petrified, to be completely honest, and I don't, it's like kind of embarrassing to admit it, but at the same time, I guess because of how close it was to home that we lost Matt, it's a whole nother realm for our team.
Matthew had a vision of grassroots rally. He wanted to take part in the grassroots, building the grassroots community, especially the rally community, and he was probably the champion of that. So now his family, his friends, teammates are carrying that torch.
I don't care about first place, I don't care about going super fast and looking cool on the stages. I just want to get to the finish line and say we did it and we didn't blow up and we're here together. I'm Amanda Skelly, and I'm the driver for Noble Star Rally. It's number 853. We're actually out here from Michigan, out in Washington for the Olympus Rally, and part of the main reason that we're here, our whole drive for a lot of things, is Matthew Noble Marker. Unfortunately, last year he was involved in a fatal crash at the Olympus Rally, and we came out here to just honor him, let the fans know that he's still here. He's always going to be here with us. We're super excited to be here.
Intercom, that's exactly what I was just going to ask.
I took it really easy just because I didn't know it was coming up. So, and then he was taking notes. So I feel like this time we're going to push it a little bit more to see how he feels about like the notes and everything. And then after that, I guess it's like a hot lap and there's all the cars behind us, so I'm sure they're going to pass us.
Now it's going to get faster. Okay. So 2 minutes after these guys go, I need you to go. Chase them. Okay? Have fun. All right. Alrighty.
How dusty is it in here? Is it decent?
It's not bad like when we're going, but as soon as we stop and you guys like open, then it's like
up, yeah.
eating it.
Okay.
My teeth don't feel like
Not gritty yet?
No.
That's good. That's fun. You're running quick.
Like it's almost like being on ice, or like you're gliding across marble. So just when you think you have a lot of traction, you don't really. Tomorrow we wake up at like 5, go to recce from 6 to 1, and then as soon as we're done with recce, we're gonna head over to registration and meet up with Tag and Chris Duplessis and everything. Then after we do that, pretty much tech the cars and then get some dinner and relax, go over notes, and head out to the stage this Saturday. And then we didn't go to bed until like 2 o'clock. And I really didn't feel like waking up 3 hours later and driving around and then being like, so we figured if we started at 8, we'd be okay. So we're just gonna focus on night stages during the recce and then see where we get after that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Breakfast of Champions right here. This recce is basically running all of your stage notes with your co-driver in a vehicle that is not the rally car. And at that point you get to go through everything and make notes on anything that's not in there. So if there's like a huge boulder or a big drop off, or a lot of times today there was a lot of downhills that we didn't get to put in there. So you can just go ahead and make your own notes in addition to what's on there. And it just kind of gives you a little bit of practice, a little bit of a feel for what you're going to experience for the weekend.
It's in my other book. It's in the other book.
There's always tension. I mean, we don't yell at each other. We don't, cuss at each other, call each other names. It's just like, okay, you're frustrating me and you're kind of being a jerk. Or I feel like you're being mean, like, but it's basically you're spending $50 to argue for the next 5 hours or 8 hours on how you're going to do things, and it's just a matter of both of you getting things right. So for me to really be able to pay attention to the road as the driver, and then the co-driver to really be able to feel the turns and make sure he's not missing anything, or if we're going to have trouble in a certain area, they're able to mark all of that down for themselves so that when we do get on stage, it's not going to be as intense. So without recce and the opportunity to, I guess, like kind of nitpick at each other, you don't really have those moments when you're doing a rally, because if you do, it's so distracting. There's times where I want to just like stop and just be like, we need to talk about this. I'm frustrated, but it's like, nope, we got to keep going because we're going to get lost in the notes, and then that's more frustrating. I have never been so confused on a stage before.
We got lost several times today, especially the first time that we went out there. And I think that's a lot to do with just us getting a little bit frustrated. Amanda likes to know exactly where we're at.
You guys know where you're going?
Roughly.
We've been all over and I can't get us out of here.
We've gone a couple other directions, so.
Okay.
Cool.
I like it.
Okay, so we were going the right way originally.
The road on the left, get rid of it. I don't want it in there at all.
There are difficult times in a car, but at the same time, when we get done with the event or the end of the day, we both look back at it. We're like, all right, well, we got a little frustrated at each other, but we're also looking at this as kind of like a job. We're supposed to be out here trying to figure this out, figure out what's going on, and it's going to be stressful. And, at the end of the day, we get everything taken care of, and when we go out on stage, everything seems to kind of click, because we already went through it. We got all the frustrations out of the way, and then the only thing that can kind of happen in between is if we have any problems or issues, hopefully.
What's up, Pete? How the heck did you get over there? So this is your right, too.
You can turn around and run it the other way from 2.6 on,
Really get confused. The nice thing about having this is we can look at the pictures. Maybe for like 10 or 20 minutes afterwards, like with Derek being my boyfriend, I take things more personally than if it was like my girlfriend or just another person in the car. So, having him, if he's mad at me, then that's like, okay, don't take it personal, this is business, this is a business part of it. So it does take a toll, but I mean, after, we just leave it in the car and that's it, and we're done, and we're not going to argue about it and be mean to each other. It's not worth it, so.
Okay, but we just did exactly what you were telling me to do.
I was asking you a question.
No, you weren't asking me.
Yes, I said, am I going left here? Because this says to go across the street.
Yes, I know. And when I said, give me a minute to figure out, because this is the main road, we need to go that direction. You're like, no, we need to go across because the stop sign's here. Go here.
That's what this says.
Yes, and then we went this way, the way you told me to go.
All I did was
so
go across
out here and go right. Go out here and go right. Go out here and go right.
and it's doing on the inside too, which means this tread is going to separate from these sidewalls.
The sidewalls will peel off. Yeah,
You'll end up blowing out.
This car probably never should have become a rally car. We brought it back from the dead. It's rusted on almost any and every quarter panel. And we had 3 engines in it now. Other than that though, I mean, we thought the chassis was gonna be the problem. It's been beautiful for us. We haven't had any issues. The only problems we have had were just getting it there. It's not so much as modifications, but adaptations. We have, it's a 1998 Subaru RS chassis, GC chassis. It's got a 95 2.2 liter. It's the phase 1 2.2. It's got a 97 ECU from an Outback Sport and part of the wiring harness for it. Mostly the engine bay, and then some of even the body harness we've adapted to our gauges, our controls, and everything else. We haven't had too many opportunities to be able to modify things. We have done improvements that, like for instance, the rear control arms, they're just tubular, they're kind of known to bend. So if we have a piece of angled stock, we weld it in place, and we just kind of make the cheap improvements that we can. We have a lot of resources as far as fabrication and welding materials, and we take advantage of that. The amount of experience that me and the rest of my crew have on it, it would be dumb to go any other way. And in all honesty, they're like the nicest car to work on. They're just well thought out.
Kevin went up to the tire shop to get some of these other tires switched around, and he's like, they were talking about how we're a grassroots rally team, and you know, we really have no budget whatsoever. And he's like, hey, I got 3 sets of spare tires, or junk tires basically, because they're no good for the guys that have money to buy good tires, but we can still run them. I mean, yeah, they were torn up pretty bad, but they'll make it through a rally, whereas these ones have the risk of actually just splitting and, you know, leaving her stranded.
We got up dark and early at 5 o'clock in the morning and came down to service here, got the car set up, got hooked up with tag. We didn't really have to do much. We kind of missed the driver's meeting.
A little bit hectic for me. I felt really unorganized. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I felt like we were late. We weren't really late. We're trying to figure out driver's meeting and everything else.
You know, they didn't really know where it was, so I was like, well. We were stuck here. The first car out was at 6:30, so we didn't actually go out until 8:47 because we were seated 66 in the row of cars.
And then, you know, we got out of here. Still a little bit stressed out.
Okay, I'm so nervous. This just hopefully I don't get up.
Just breathe and focus.
Focus on you now.
Okay, you're in the car. Okay. Matt's with us. We're okay. I love you.
Love you too.
As soon as we started going, I felt really good. Amanda and I started clicking really well.
The first 5 cars were 3 minutes apart each, and then everybody after that was 2 minutes with the dust and everything. Didn't get lost at all, like not in transit, not on stage. Derek got lost a couple places on stage, but I mean, it wasn't like, I'm gonna choke you.
At some point this morning, going through the first stage, we had the microphones went on us, so the procedure then pretty much we just started yelling to the top of our lungs, you know, left 3, you know, right 3. So it was quite fun and interesting. So. Going through all the cars that we had seen off, I mean, it was unfortunate, but it was kind of exciting, you know, just kind of looking at everything that had kind of piled up. We ended up going underneath one car, and so that was flipped upside down, which is pretty crazy.
So it was a left 3 Titans 2. We had the perfect GT galley drift, just perfect. Nose right on the inside of the corner, perfect, perfect. And then all of a sudden it hooked up and we went right into the ditch. So we got some twigs. Looks like that GoPro should have some good action on it, but we managed to pull out without too much damage.
And Watzel, which was like a 20-mile stage, that I was like flat out. We got up to 80 on most of the sections, which for this car, that's pretty quick because you know, you're like foot to the floor and it's like not doing anything. Basically, we're stuck here until 6 with the fire hazard. We can't actually run any stages. So we're here for a couple hours and then we're gonna run the Ridge, which is a road course.
Oh my God, if you're gonna do that.
I've never really ran at night because we usually blow up before the night comes.
Unfortunately, we believe the engine seized for the day, but for the 3 stages that we did complete, we did start 5th from last, and we've been setting times that are about half mid-pack. So it's been an amazing day for what stages we did finish. It's really epic out there.
Really hard.
Yeah, it's like playing near the edge of the stairs.
I know that I have a Peltor. I thought I told him that, but the way he phrased it was like, you have a Telcom, right? And in the midst of things, I must have just said, right? And we're pulling out to the first stage, and I go, and of course they don't plug in. I'm like, it's a really good thing we have a service after this first stage because we have no intercom. He was like, okay, we can deal with that. And I was like, lucky for you, I was in cheerleading. I can scream really loud.
Kind of a little bit nervous with a couple of the stages. We didn't get to go through and do one of them when we did recce, but at the same time, I mean, Amanda and I are doing really well right now, so I'm just confident as long as I stay on my notes, especially with the pace that she's going right now, we should be just fine.
I have no idea how late we're running. I'm kind of just going with the flow. Different driving in the evening, but I'm getting there. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so last night we went to go out to the last 2 stages, couple accidents with the rally cars, and while we were in regroup, we were supposed to be out, gosh, I think it was 11:30 or something like that, and we get up there and the guy's like, you're not gonna be very happy. They're trying to space everybody like 3 minutes apart, basically because of the dust. With the dust, we were gonna end up going out at 12:37. We had to be back here at 9 o'clock this morning, so with the accidents and the level of dust and everything, they ended up canceling the last 2 stages. So we just went home and crashed like immediately. I mean, we cleaned up here at service and then went back, passed out, got up this morning, and now we run our last stage today, and as long as we finish it, we have successfully completed an entire rally. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We just want to get through the day, have a lot of fun.
Have fun and just drive and ignore me if I'm off, because regardless, we're just gonna finish. I'm pretty stoked.
You need to just like get so nervous right here. Did you hear it?
Hearing about it.
There's one at 0.48 on left. There's right after flying finish.
Okay.
There's one on the right, so just be aware as you fly.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Everything can happen really fast, and you never know when it's going to happen. So it's just kind of, live your life and live it as best as you can.
See